Thank you. So I've got some gifts so that at least some people can get some awards. And I'm really enjoying the energy. Reaching here was a little difficult in the beginning and we were thinking how it will start. But it's really so nice to be with all of you. It's a place where I'm getting direct feedback from a lot of us. Sanjeev sir just bait me nicely and I realized that as Force Point, we are not doing some things right. And I think that's very important to get the right feedback. So thank you for traveling. Thank you for being open. I think that's the most important part for which we are together over here. Because if we have to fight the cyber criminals, we all will have to come together. By the way, Indian economy is touching 4 trillion, right? Do you know what is the cyber criminal economy touching? Who said 10? Yeah. So they are far ahead than our economy, guys. So it's a good business to be in. So they are not going to leave us. They are not going to leave you guys. Okay, as I begin today, so I would like to start with just talking about few questions and for which there are some awards. Which is the fastest growing technology in our history? Okay, because this gentleman Keshav was first, so this award goes to him. Okay, so congratulations. So just to give some stats on that, AI is accelerating at a pace which is really, really fast. Do you know how many years it took for us to adopt internet for a billion people? 23 years. It took 16 years to adopt mobile phone by a billion people. And I think within 6 years, AI will be adopted by a billion people. Anybody, how many people are on this earth? 8.5. Okay. Okay, there was no award for this one, but both of you are right. So just imagine the scale, right? There are 8 billion people. Out of that, 20 years and below and 60 years and above, we leave aside. We figure out how many are working people, and all of them are going to use AI. So we need to really get ready for the future, which is going to be very different. And I think AI is going to shape every aspect of our life. Whether we like it, we don't like it, this is the truth. But it also brings a lot of challenges with it, right? So a big challenge is that there is going to be too much access with employees. A challenge would be, a mislabeled label or a mislabeled file could be just leaked out. Maybe intentionally people can now very easily go and check many different documents within your environment. And I think this list goes on, which we have to fight together. Moving to the next question. Around which technology globally the regulations are getting harder? Okay. No, so I think like the answer is data. I think Harish, right? There is award. So Harish gets the award. And this is not at all just localized to India. This is localized or prevalent everywhere in the world. You can just take out the SEBI regulations which has come out recently. You can like go into the DPDP Act. You can go to different countries across the globe. I was in Sri Lanka with Sonari and Suresh just last week. So nice that you guys traveled all the way over here, and over there also the Personal Data Act is coming in. So we all really need to think differently because it all has got a penalty. So we need to be a little bit more careful. So what do you worry the most about in a case of a breach? Data. Whether it is ransomware or any other, eventually we are worried, did I lose that data? Did I lose my PII? Right? That is what. And whether it is Bank of America or Azure themselves, they all have had the biggest data breaches in this year. The cost of a data breach is the most costly ransomware, which is on an average $4.5 million. So I think we all need to start understanding the data security problem also. The problem with data security today is not what we can see. It's about the unknown. It's about the undiscovered. It's about the unidentified. I have a very smart guy in my department. He just wanted to create a backup because he wanted to be more efficient. But that backup which he created or she created could lead to a bigger problem for me. I have implemented a perfect privacy tool and consent management tool to comply to DPDPA. But unfortunately, there are 5 copies of that same document floating around in my environment, and there's no tool which is giving me that visibility of how many copies are there. What about my shadow data? So this is where the bad guys are going after. The other problem is the unstructured data. We might think that, we've got best tools for the structured data, but there are so many reports which are being generated on daily basis, and then they're moving into an unstructured place that if we don't solve the unstructured part, our job is half done. And what about the tools that we are buying? What about the tools that we are deploying? Some of these tools do not understand the context of data. Some of these tools are doing their malware detection extremely well, but they are not able to share or read the data information that is flowing over there. Some of these tools can give you a perfect cloud access, but they are not able to exchange data information. And unfortunately, there is no exchange of information at a metadata layer which can help you orchestrate better. So I think this is also a problem. And I think this statement, all of us will agree. I didn't write this statement. If your data isn't ready for AI, you are not ready for AI. So can I have a tool which can run in my environment and give me a report on my AI readiness? So I think those could be some of the steps which we should think about and explore. And that's what I'm going to talk about. But before I come to what I'm saying, I just went across reading what analysts are saying. Because maybe what I'm saying is a little bit narrower. I think what analysts are saying is that the maturity curve on adoption of solutions are very strong on the advanced side. But the problem is on the foundation side and the people and the access side. Can anybody in this room tell me they know how much data they have? Can anybody in this room feel that, hey, I have a Gmail, I think I made a Dropbox exchange of a presentation about 5 years ago. I was giving an interview, so I created some slides, I put it on SharePoint, and it will be still lying over there. Go and search it today. If as individuals, we don't know how much data we have, which is a reality, not anybody's fault, how can organizations know how much data they have? It is a problem which we have to solve, and it can be solved at a foundation level. Yeah, that's a great point. Gentlemen just said that it depends on how long I'm going to retain. So recently, a large manufacturing company in the motor space, which manufactures a lot of parts for Europe, that CIO called me and he said, Aman, I've got 16 manufacturing plants across the globe, and I don't know how long I've been retaining data. And I'm paying to the storage cost is going up and up and up. And when I tell my plant guys to give me output that what kind of data you have, they are saying, I don't want to touch that. That data is very important. It's lying in Germany. Let it be there. Why do you want it? Just give me one additional TB of storage. So the retention of data is a problem. And if we can have a defined retention, that's a great solution that you have given. I agree to that. So towards finding these solutions, what we realized as Force Point, that we do have a pedigree of data security for last 30 years, but we cannot be relevant to the market if we don't do something more around this. And that's where about 1.5 years ago, a team was created which started working on utilizing the power of AI. So we spent a lot of time in creating a narrow AI, and this narrow AI is just focused on data side. And it just tries to understand data better. For example, I think you said the right answer in the blue turban. What is this? This is a prize, right? Or what is this? A clicker? Is anybody of you in your mind comparing this to something? It's just coming in your brain. Your gift, please. That this is that thing, right? What is this? This is a screen. We are not doing a regex model. We are not doing a pattern study. We are just saying it like that because in our brain, which is an AI, a point in space has registered that this is a screen. So we have to create a solution which in point in space can understand all types of data. This is Aadhaar. This is loan account number. This is gender. And if that AI starts working very fast, the outputs will be good. So toward this, we created the solution of DSPM, which is Data Security Posture Management. And I'll talk a little bit about it. And I was just talking about this slide a bit. It's not regex based. It's not, pattern based. It's kind of automatically using all the different dimensions and showing you what data it is to across your users, across your tools, across your storages, and making you smarter to enter into this new age of AI, powered by AI. And what it brings to the table is scalability. It brings accuracy. It does a lot of cluster analysis. And as an, this is a predefined models which are there if you take this solution from us. And this predefined model is, again, as I was saying, will run a PII information across your channels. And it will help discover where all is my PII and classify it into PII. The accuracy of this is nearly to 100% of discovery. And the biggest problem, if any one of you have done a classification project, the manual-based classifications can never give outputs. And it's not humanly possible. So this classifies those data assets into those categories by itself. And this is the output which you get from the DSPM. First, it will help you identify your information. This is address, this is GPS, this is loan account number. Then it categorizes this. This is PII, this is ITAR, this is NPI, or whatever category which we have created in that tool. And we have a pretty vast category because we are present in about 150 countries. And then it starts classifying the data into sensitive, non-sensitive, public. And here, as a CIO or CISO, you can also classify those documents because it's machine learning based. You say that I have a schematic, this is very important to me, or this is my financial report which is very important to me. It will very quickly learn, and then it will go and search everywhere at a network level. And it will come back and spring up and tell you that this is what you were looking for and this is what I found for you. And this last is the profiling, ROT. Redundant, obsolete, trivial, to your point, right? If I don't know what is my retention, that means I need to know how much data is obsolete. And somebody should tell me this much data is now 5 years old. So I want to throw it out, I throw it out because the regulator didn't want me to keep it 5 years. Or redundancy. Each data today has at least on an average 3.5 copies in your own environment. Each data. I may have protected it over here, but it is sitting somewhere over there which someone else is taking. So I think this is the output of the DSPM tool. And of course, like, we want to make a more holistic approach from, and I heard a lot of my panel guys talking about it. So we have a solution which can help you discover your data visibility. It can help you classify your data and can help you protect your data across all channels. And we take this one notch higher. If Aman got the job to head ForcePoint in India, and because of his job role, he was given the privilege that he should have access to the roadmap of the products. And he can download some financial files. But this guy, Aman, his behavior is not good. He downloads so much data, he stockpiles. Aman sends so much email to his personal IDs. This is not a good behavior. So can I just look at behavior of people and give them the risk score, and basis the risk score, I could take the privilege up or down. Is something which this solution builds inside that. And these are the outputs of dashboard which you get. You get to see where all is my data, what is the sensitivity of my data, what's my risk of my data, where all my is data floating around. It was supposed to be in Europe, but it was found in US. What is my blast, which department, which individual has got sensitive data. You can go to that level and get an output. So you can make other stakeholders as a team. You can go to the legal department and say, hey, I know that you have so much of sensitive data sitting with you. So we have to take everybody together, but they will come together when we'll show them data that, hey, this is what is missing in your place. Copilot or any other adoption of generative AI, even if you go and read the Microsoft website, it will say Copilot can do this for you. But it also says that it depends on the labeling that has happened. If the label is wrong, we are not responsible for it. So the classification of data still remains your responsibility if you have to adopt generative AI. ForcePoint came up as a first company with OpenAI. At an API level, we are integrated. So if you are adopting any of the generative AIs, you will get the classifications and the generative AI deployed in your environment in a very safe way. And we can talk more about it. These are some of the risks which we can help recover. And as you said, retention is one of the risks which we help you recover. Access risk. I had access, my role got changed, but my access still remains the old. And I still can upload, but nobody knows. On an average, any organization, you can go and check in your organizations, out of your 100% users, 15% with open access will be having sensitive data. And then you are responsible as a CISO. Why? Everybody has to be part of that. And like Sanjeev sir was saying, data security cannot be seen in isolation. It has to go to all channels. And that's what we are trying to build now, that data security policies should be applied at a network level. And if I can have one policy applied to all my channels, including private apps, including custom apps, including email, I think that's the output we can get. And that's where, I don't want to focus too much on our presentation and our slides of Forcepoint, but I just want to talk where the world is going, what solutions are available. So we can give you a platform. This platform can do all the things, including CASB, ZTNA, web, DLP, RBI, a lot of things can be done. And you can manage it from a single dashboard. The best part is that, and if you will see any of the reports, the third parties are also a lot of risk. How do I control a third party BYOD device to have my own policies? Yes, as Forcepoint, we can let you achieve that also through this. This is just a bird's eye view of DPDP Act. I think all of us are sitting at the fiduciary level and we need to kind of achieve some outcomes on this. So we can help you achieve outcome because we can help you discover your data, we help you understand the data flows, and then we can also help you respond better if something has happened. Analysts have recognized us both on the data side as well as on the SSC side. We acquired a couple of companies and we have to integrate better. We are working at that. We opened a brand new office. Our focus in India is very high now. So we have now 700 employees over here. So with that, I think I'm over time and I'll leave a small video for you guys. Thank you for listening patiently.
Meet Steve, a finance executive, thrilled about his company's new enterprise large language model. Designed to streamline operations, this tool promises unprecedented benefits. Steve eagerly uploads company financial data to run budgets with the LLM's assistance. But there's a catch. Without realizing it, Steve's upload had inadvertently made sensitive salary information accessible to other employees. Word spreads across the organization quickly. The outcome? A breach of privacy, violation of compliance standards like GDPR, and a potential HR nightmare. But there's a way to prevent such scenarios. Introducing Forcepoint DSPM, a solution tailored for the complexities of Gen AI security. With Forcepoint, control what data goes into the LLM, how it's used, and who sees the outputs. Define user permissions with ease, ensuring that sensitive information remains confidential. Now Steve can confidently use the LLM, knowing that sensitive data is protected, compliant, and only accessible to those with proper clearance. Forcepoint DSPM, bringing context, control, and security to your Gen AI applications. Secure your data, secure your future.
Thank you.
Aman will need you still on the stage. They say it's not over until it's over. Can I request you to step back on the stage? First up, a huge round of applause for him because the whole, sort of this power-packed audience already shows. Thank you for starting on a very authentic note. I really appreciate it. And of course, with all the information that you disseminated, we'll request you to take the center stage because you need to ask them that one question, which, if any one of the member answers correctly, gets the gold coin. Okay. So here it goes from Aman to you.
So there's a gold coin, guys. Not bad.
We must take it home, right? Yeah. Please ask them a question. Anything from the session or otherwise, whatever you deem as fit.
Okay, fastest finger first. Okay, are you ready? Okay, which are the 4 things that a DSPM tool does? I think Keshav, sorry. But Keshav, you got an award, so I think I can. Okay. Okay, I think Kiran, I'll give a try. You can try. Brijesh, come here.
I'm sorry, I got this late.
Protection was missing, so yeah. Okay, but this gentleman wants to give a try.
I will. Just 1 second. For the coin, you don't need the mic, I'm assuming.
And data profiling. So I think profiling of data is also very important. Yeah. So it helps you kind of first identify all your data, so discover your data. it helps you kind of categorize that data into which category, whether it is PII or something. Then it helps you classify it further, sensitive or not. Then it helps you profile your own data and then protect your data from leaking. So all this can be done together. So I think Kiran and this gentleman, between them, anybody can take the award.
Oh gosh, it's the gold coin. Aman, you need to really decide. Wow, it's always the first movers win. Oh God.
So I think there will be 3 gold coins and I'm the sponsor for that. So this one goes to Kiran and 2 gold coins come to Ravinder ji and to yourself from our side.
Aman, we request you to please hand this over. You choose who's the winner because there's only one gold coin.
Yeah. So I'll send it to you by tomorrow. But
oh,
you
that's
can come
so
up.
kind. Wow, it doesn't happen every day. You got to clap a notch higher, many notches higher. For the very gracious Aman, and of course, more than, of course, the insights, something what he shared is invaluable. But more than that, he highlighted how much, just being very authentic, a feedback is important. And I think that's what we're here for. Thank you very, very much. Aman, congratulations to the winning trio, the golden winning trio.